So we have taken in 4 female mice from a rescue today, and I'm just basically going to show you our steps into what we basically do while they come in, just to make sure they're all nice and healthy, and then they will basically be quarantined for at least like 2 weeks to ensure that they don't have any like any ickies or anything. They're not really like sick or anything, so like respiratory issues, mites and stuff. And then we'll get them ready to go off with their new home. The 4 lovely girls that we've just taken in. At the moment they don't have any names. This one is super duper cute. She's a little fuzz. We've got a little, got a little one. She's a bit chunky chunk, so we're going to be weighing them all as well, just to make sure to see how they're going on. And then we're going to probably start with doing some mite treatments, and then we're just going to go and weigh them, so I'll show you how we do that. So yeah, there's these sweet little beans. They're coming in. So, set up. I basically got it on top of my little hedgehog's little sign, which is little Stinkerton. So I just wanted it to be on place on something that's basically flat, because I don't have... So, I'm just going to grab the first little mouse, which is my little fuzzy fuzz, and then we just basically just plonk her into the little jug so she can't run off. 43 grams. Perfect is perfect. So ideally for a mouse, they're meant to be at least like 50 grams, but obviously that just generally just depends on the size of mouse. Size of mouse that she is. Another one. 46. So the size of this mouse is perfectly fine. So this is where you want to be at least 50 grams, but then you also want to check just their body. Mind yourself, little missy. So just check their little body conditions as well. So the one I'm on about that isn't, is a bit of a chunky one. Where you go, little miss? She's here. Come here, chunker. See this one. So you can see that she is basically a very fat mouse. She's quite round on the edges, around there. So this is what you would call basically a very chunky mouse. So how much does she weigh? Oh. You're a chunk. Yes, you is a chunk. Come on, little chunker. So yeah, she definitely needs to lose some weight. So then the last one. Hey, little missus. Come on, chunky chew. And the last one. Come on, it's just a jug. Get in the jug. You're fine. 46. So she's perfect. So she looks like a really healthy mouse. She's quite slim around the edges here. So she looks, oh, look at her little face. So she's perfect, really. So I wouldn't say I would get her any bigger than this. So she's actually a perfect size weight. So you'd usually range from a certain size of the mouse, about 30 grams to 50 grams. So yeah, usually that's what their perfect size usually is. But she is a chunk, so she needs to lose some weight. So yeah, then we're going to go into mite treatments. So this is the first thing that we basically do. Just to ensure they don't really have any mites, and obviously because we can have it on hand, it's quite easy for these guys. And most of the time when it comes to mites and everything, sometimes you may or may not see it. We did have one case where we did see a lot of them, but you just never know. So this is the stuff that we basically use. This is mite treatment, and it's amazing. You're meant to obviously dispose of this every 3 months after 3 months of using it, so we have a date on there to ensure that we do dispose of it. So let's get the little nuggets. So what you do with mite treatment is you do 1 drop every, I think, 50 grams per rodent. So because you're almost 50 grams, you only have 1 drop. So this is the back of the neck right here. So you can see it's just between the little shoulder blades right here. Yeah, yes. So yeah, we do like 1 drop, and then what I do is I kind of smudge it in a little bit. That's you doing. The next little munchkin. Same again, just a drop between the shoulder blades. You need a little smudge. Yeah, I know it's so scary. I know people. I know, there's smells. The next one. If you guys do have any names that we can suggest for these guys, because we get so many mice that do come in, we always lose track of names, and I'm not usually the best of them. Most of the time we kind of name after like Baldur's Gate or Don't Starve. So, right, last one is the big chunky chew. Yeah, you big chunky chew. Yeah, you good girl. Yeah, that's it, all done. So they look a little bit fuzzy. So yeah, that's how we basically do our mite treatment. And then obviously now they'll be into a quarantine cage, so we'll basically set them up into a Sabbath haven, and we'll give them hides and everything. They're basically like plastic and everything, so they don't contaminate anything if they do have anything. And if anything do arise, then we do take them to the vet. So we just watch out closely for them. So respiratory issues is the biggest thing that we do get in a lot for our mice. So that is a big thing that we have to keep an eye on. Worms we have to keep an eye on, and definitely mites and stuff as well. But if you guys have any questions about our mice, our rescue, then please drop us a comment, or you can actually message us as well, and you can learn a lot. That'd be great. Bye.